pioneer of the Gulf Coast wine scene, award-winning food entrepreneur.
We'll see.
A lot of you wondering what to do with your moon pies.
AT&T probably loves when you get a new phone.
Lemon moon pies,
Why do
Savio
we
block,
think you
Cheddar block, or Pinot
No,
Grigio.
please.
Stuart Rebs Donald, acclaimed food and travel writer and world-class chef.
I was chef de casserole. I made the casseroles in the frozen food department.
For more than a decade, they've combined their expertise to answer your questions and introduce you to the culinary movers and shakers you want or ought to know. Four-time Taste Award finalists, 13-time Nappy Award losers. They are the dynamic duo of dining. Mike and Stu on FM Talk 106.5.
All righty. Here, welcome to the Sip and Chew Show on this fine Sunday morning of overcast. And just as soon as I say that, the sun pops out.
Well,
Say it.
it's because it's bringing the cool weather with
It's
it.
bringing the cool weather with it.
Yeah,
Kind of
yeah.
looking forward to it. Kind of looking forward to
I burned my creosote log last week,
it. Yeah.
my chimney sweep log,
Mm-hmm.
just on a cool night because it doesn't put off a whole lot of heat, but it clears your chimney out. So
Yeah.
that you don't have to pay somebody to stick a London street urchin down it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good at you.
I eat a chimney sweep.
I don't even
That's funny.
know if they use it. Do people use them anymore? I don't know. With
Well,
all the technology
You do need to-
like that.
you do need to get it taken care of. The creosote that's in pine sticks to the inside of the chimney flue,
And a brick, and a brick porous brick.
and it will catch on fire.
More than that. I witnessed when I was young, our neighbors had a chimney that they built and they never cleaned it. One night about 2 a.m., heard this like a sonic boom. Woke up the whole town, very small town, but it woke up everybody.
All five of you.
You know, there's 28. But actually, at that point, there was, I think, 200, 210, maybe that's including cats and dogs. But either way, we all woke up and we witnessed brick everywhere.
Wow.
And the hole in the wall, they were gone.
And since we're getting into the cool weather again, folks, if we're expecting snow or rain below 40 degrees, pack your denim jeans away and bring them out in the summertime. They're the worst possible thing you could wear in that kind of condition. You will learn how quickly hypothermia will kill you.
Well,
No cotton
it's all
socks.
cotton, yeah.
Yep, no
It
cotton.
soaks in the water.
Well, and drains the heat from your body.
Yeah.
Whereas wool socks, when they get wet, they still insulate and keep you warm.
But they're so dadgum scratchy. I hate wool.
It looks good.
Yes, it does. You got to wear something underneath it, though.
Yeah.
Just, you know, like a t-shirt.
Well, I'm just talking about socks, wool
Yeah.
socks.
Yeah, I'm talking
Yeah.
wools, period.
What you can do, they used to, hikers in the 90s, I don't see anyone doing this now, would buy these little, you used a 2-sock system.
Mhm.
The first one was just really thin nylon,
Mhm.
like thinner than a dress sock.
Mhm.
You put that in there and then your wool sock. And what it did was
Sock.
it kept you from getting blisters.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you could do something like that too. Just
Problem
put a
is
pair of
they
dress
tend to
socks.
slide around a little bit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I always wore dress socks.
Yeah.
So it did the same thing
Yeah.
and prevented the blisters.
Some
Because the blisters are caused from rubbing. You don't wear your hiking boots every day.
Some people do. Some people wear sweatshirts every
No,
day and it's
well,
100 degrees. But
There are people who wear hiking boots every day. They don't wear their hiking boots every
well,
day.
yeah.
They're just wearing hiking boots. It doesn't matter if you wear them every day. If you hike 10 miles in them, you're going to get blisters.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's a way to
sweaty.
relieve you.
So food time. Now it's getting cold. Chili. Chili. I like chili when it starts to get chilly.
Yep, and gumbo.
Gumbo. I know you guys are good on
I like
gumbo.
swamp soup, I like gumbo, I like,
What's the difference between swamp soup and gumbo?
Totally different.
totally different.
Well, obviously the name says that. That's why I'm
Swamp
asking.
soup's got mustards or collards, mainly collards
Okay.
in there. And Fish River Grill is notorious for their swamp soup.
You go to a South Alabama game or the Senior Bowl tailgating, and everybody's got swamp soup.
Makes sense.
It's hearty.
Yeah.
Considering the place was built on a swamp.
Yep.
Hardy. It really is.
You know, they maintain a swamp on their campus for the marine biology and biology students.
Well, all of that out there was.
Oh,
for the
yeah.
most part.
Where we're sitting right now with some serious swamp.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Most of Mobile was.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're like, hey, let's
Especially
drain
this
that
area.
swamp.
Especially
Why
this
would you want
area.
a swamp? No, this area was called Rag Swamp.
Yeah.
WRAG.
Right over here, if you go up Pleasant Valley in that area, you can see at the bottom where it bottoms out here on Mount Lamar, houses have sunk.
Mhm.
Brand new houses, well, they're not new now, but when they were built, they've started sinking. And just couldn't, it was just too much water.
In hindsight, draining swamps is about as stupid as building dams. They're both really, really bad ideas. Now, we can't remove all the dams in the U.S., but we should if we could. They have done far more damage than the good that has come from them. Especially, I mean, salmon. We love salmon, except for those who don't. But you dam up the rivers, we don't have salmon anymore.
They can't swim.
Yeah, they
swim
can't get up
upriver.
there. So they've done things. They built steps on the sides of dams and stuff like that. And I've always said progress cannot work without conservation. Conservation won't work without progress, but you can't have one or the other. They have to work together. And Subaru is a fine example of that, the way that corporation operates. They build the best cars in the world. Nobody, Mercedes is not as good as a Subaru. Won't last as long. BMW won't touch them. They also have practices that make it so that their industry does less damage than other people in the same industry. It's a great example to follow. Progress and conservation have to work together.
There's a balance in everything.
Yeah, right. And the people that ignore one or the other are the worst people. You can't be all environment all the time, and you can't be all progress all the time. You're the bad guy if you are.
Right.
Everything falls in the middle, like you're saying. It's just like extreme right politically, extreme left politically. You're both the bad guys. You're both wrong. It's the people in the middle that have common sense, because any decision that you make that you let emotion figure into that decision will eventually blow up in your face.
Well, that's the same with pizza on
Right.
with pineapple.
Yeah.
It's just an emotional decision. If you don't like
Yeah.
it, I'm sorry. That's not my emotional decision. I like it.
I like pineapple on pizza.
Yeah. I love it.
I don't care for anchovies.
No, I don't understand the fish thing, but hey, there are those that do it. Yeah, it's up to you.
You eat anchovies all the time.
I know I do.
Yep, in the form of Caesar dressing.
I know it.
That is the
Yeah.
main flavor ingredient in a real Caesar dressing.
That's just the oil, though, right?
No, it's the anchovy paste where they grind it into a little thing. There are some
Well, at
places
least
where
I see
they
the little eyes looking at that.
I've seen some restaurants, I know,
yeah,
where they make it right there in front of you, and
which that is the only true Caesar salad.
Mhm.
It has to be made table side
Hmm.
to be a really classic Caesar.
and they throw the little anchovies down, they chop it up, and then they start adding all the other ingredients.
Cioppino, the soup that you love, that John Gibson.
Oh my God.
The first thing you do when making cioppino is add olive oil and one anchovy into it,
Mhm.
and it's called melting the anchovy. What you're doing, stirring it into the oil, and it just completely disappears into it.
Yeah.
And gives a good seafood base to what you're doing, because then you're going to build it up with seafood stock, 3 kinds of fish, which can also be like shellfish.
Mhm.
But to be a proper cioppino, there has to be 3 kinds of fish in it.
And again, a balance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a seafood stock, tomato base added to it. It's not a tomatoey soup, but you can definitely tell there's
I don't
tomato.
imagine there's so much flavor in a sardine, not sardine, but anchovy, because it's so condensed that that's
Mhm.
why it gives such a base.
And in some countries, and I would like to find a bag of this, they will like dry them with salt, and you just eat the whole anchovy like a chip.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
I would love to try, because that would be healthy as all get out.
My dad used to love to get sardines in the can.
My
and
dad.
crackers.
I love the sardines, the
Man,
ones in the,
my dad-
with the oil with the hot pepper.
Yeah.
My dad was a sardine, he was a potted meat, Vienna
You mentioned
sausage.
mincemeat last week. My dad
Yeah, which is
was
not
all-
meat. It's-
Yeah, no,
yeah.
but my dad loves some mincemeat pie, boy. Woo, especially this time of year, with
Mhm.
Christmas. and
But we were
Thanksgiving.
talking about today being mincemeat, but there's usually also nuts in it too.
Mhm.
The part of a nut
Walnuts.
that you eat is called the meat.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
because it's the meat of the shell of the nut.
Right.
Yeah.
Chicken is not meat. Nuts are. Isn't that nuts?
251-343-0106 is call and text in line. When you come back, we're going to talk about what day it is.
Sunday.
Sunday?
I don't like
I'll clear my honk for you.
Blow your snot.
fish.
Because I'm thinking
ice cream. What's this?
What's
This is juice. This is juice. Michael Berry Show.
That's America.
Weekdays at 6.
That's how we play that. Charlie.
That's equal parts
Did
meat.
that say I don't
Michael
like
Berry.
cheese?
No, that's the ratio of meat over buns on Mobile's FM Talk 106.5.
For more
Mike,
than
I think
50
we'll call
years,
it,
Mobile Bay Magazine has showcased the history, style, arts,
So
dining,
like,
and entertainment that defines
I
excellence
was
on
hoping it
both
would
sides
clear
of
up by
Mobile Bay.
now. It's just
Each
getting
month's
worse.
issue is filled with our unique
only
Southern
getting worse.
Alabama
I
culture,
hate that.
beautifully captured and told through engaging articles and stunning photography. When you subscribe to
Lingers
Mobile Bay
on.
Magazine, you'll be swept into the pages where recipes, familiar places and faces, and
Well, I also
untold
live in a
stories
60-year-old
abound.
house.
Start your journey today
Yeah.
by visiting mobilebaymag.com. That's
Everything's
mobilebaymag.com.
probably need cleaning. I don't use central heat
Support the
there.
moments in time with local veterans on
But
FM
you
Talk
tore it down
106.5
now.
with Sean Sullivan.
But
Baltimore
downtown
is
or
proud to
Boulevard,
work
the
with
wife,
Alabama's veterans
I
and
worked out
thanks
there
them
for
and their
7 years.
families
Man,
for their
it was never
sacrifices
fail.
and service.
Twice a year,
Because of
get a
them,
bad
we are
restaurant
free
there.
today. Auburn fans, don't miss the 13th annual Rolling
That is-
Tigers Booster
They gotta
Hunt
clean now. Let's go.
$10,000 drawdown at St. Dominic's Murphy Center Wednesday evening, December 10th. With DJ Matt McCoy and catering from Bay
The only
Gourmet.
one in the
and our
area.
exclusive
Well,
Auburn and
yeah,
Alabama
this
sports
one's
memorabilia,
down.
plus a
What's
chance to
over
win
there?
the
They were done.
$10,000
Well,
drawdown.
the one
Tickets
Daffy
available
still
at Rim
strong.
Animal Clinic on Hillcrest or call Dr.
You went
Mike
over
Green,
the YMCA Daffy's going real strong.
251-323-4753.
Yeah.
All proceeds
I
benefit
wouldn't
Auburn
doubt they
University
probably
Wheelchair
clean.
Sports.
Yeah, I got done with the YMCA. And there was a Hertz. They came to our facility with all these things about joining the line, wanting donations. They moved to a larger location. And they had handball and racquetball. I'm all for it. I love racquetball.
I like handball.
Never played handball.
I was
Love
gonna say, I've never played handball or racquetball. I tried.
Love racquetball. I'm like, well, heck yeah.
It's like handball.
Yeah, it's just handball with a racket.
Man, it's too small, and I like tennis where it has some room. My knees would walk, whack, I'd come to stop, and it was just.
I like racquetball because my power can come back in.
Yeah.
If I try and play a power game with tennis, I'm chasing the ball outside the fence. But it bounces against the wall and hits your opponent. I like that. I used to lead well.
Well, I'm not a quick thinker. I'm a little bit slow sometimes, so that's just that little blue ball, just a little too fast for me.
So I donated money for them to move. They signed a new contract where they were to get back in and use money that got donated to them. I think there's nothing else.
David can call in about an hour.
Coming to you live from the Eastern Shore Toyota Hyundai Studios.
Talk.
Beginning at 8 a.m. every Saturday morning. We'll visit with coaches, athletes, administrators, and more as we'll keep you up to date on all things prep along the Gulf Coast and the state of Alabama. Wake up with the Prep Sports Report team this Saturday morning starting at 8 a.m. right here on FM Talk 106.5. Stuart and Rev McDonald, devoted to the complete gastronomic experience.
A big butter and egg man.
Mike and Stu
Oh,
on
right,
FM
goes
Talk
there with it.
106.5.
Alrighty, we're back. Hey,
Hey,
remember the debate
nope.
a few years ago with the contest going on between, it wasn't really a contest, it just kind of happened accidentally, with the Chick-fil-A fried chicken sandwich and the Popeyes fried chicken sandwich, and
Yeah.
they were going back
Sign
and forth
wars.
battling. Yeah, had sign wars. It became famous on Airport Boulevard,
Yeah.
and then
That was Moe's
well, that was
barbecue and
Chick-fil-A, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was going, because Popeyes is at the bottom of the hill on the airport, and Chick-fil-A's at the top of the hill. They're Regency, but today is National Fried Chicken Sandwich Day, and I put the question out there, which is your favorite?
That's an easy
And
question.
everybody says, one person goes, it's Chick-fil-A except on Sundays. And thought that was
Now,
good.
Chick-fil-A is not even a contestant for the best chicken sandwich.
I think it's Popeyes. I just love Popeyes.
It's squid ink.
What?
You haven't had the mock pound
I
hot chicken?
haven't had that one yet.
It's
No.
been on the menu for about 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fried chicken thigh, Mike.
Ooh,
That immediate, just because it's thigh means it's better than anything. they've
you're
chicken
right
breast
about
on.
that. You're right about that.
But yeah, Popeyes is the best fried chicken breast sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
The second best chicken sandwich, Mediterranean sandwich.
There you
it's
go.
not fried. That's that Red Rooster, where
Mm-hmm.
it's the shawarma chicken, Kaneka, and their harissa hot sauce. Oh, that's good.
Haven't had that.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That sounds good.
Well, I worked there for a while helping Vlad out. Speaking of, Vlad's cousin, Andre Maldovano, who is the first franchisee in Mediterranean Sandwich Company history at Faro, his birthday today.
Oh, happy
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Andre's a cool kid. I got a funny joke for you, but I can't tell it on air.
Okay, you'll have to tell me another time.
Y'all will love it.
By the way, David Humble says, shout out to Stu and his gumbo history overview on YouTube, as well as the Eastern Shore Kiwanis and Danny Calameti on yesterday, Best of the Bay gumbo cook-off. Another delicious event.
I missed that.
Some impressive local gumbos. Thanks to Danny, he sampled around 45 gumbos.
Ooh.
Personal best for himself. Way to go, David.
I've
Wow.
done 42. He beats me.
Now, when I've judged there in the past, it's we've sampled maybe up to 10 or 12 each table.
Wow.
Because we had 3 or 4 teams, but we did not try each other's going. You could 4 or 5, 5, 6, 8, 10 over here, depending on how many entries. They had a lot of entries yesterday. So wow, that's crazy. That's good.
And I'm glad that David brought up the brief history of gumbo that I did recently. The episode of Delta Safari that hits tomorrow night
Mm-hmm.
is going to be a history of Gulf Coast favorite dishes.
Okay.
So it's going to be gumbo, jambalaya, etouffee, fried crab claws. We're going to look into a real quick history and all of
Swamp
this.
soup.
No, that's probably going to be volume 2 because there's so many things here in the South on the Gulf
yeah.
Coast. That I think this was going to have 6 or 7 dishes in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I hadn't even scratched the surface on what we're used to, like stuffed flounder, smoked tuna dip, all these things that are so common here on the Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
And, so this will be volume 1.
So you said a chicken sandwich. Derek said Fast Times in Daphne used to be the best chicken breast sandwich.
I bet,
6
because
inches
their
tall.
fried chicken
Was it
killer.
sandwich or the biscuit?
6 inches
Derek?
tall, and I'm thinking that, my gosh,
Yeah.
you know what?
Yeah.
That's layered.
Now I've had their fried chicken biscuit
Hmm.
at Fast Time in Daphne.
Mm-hmm.
It was killer. I used to get one on my way to the radio station when we were on at 8, and I'd swing in, get
Right.
one, and shoot on over to the
See,
station.
now you could do that. Well, you can't do that now. Okay. I'm just thinking.
Well, you know how I always say Bojangles is the poor man's Popeyes?
Mhm.
They have a fried chicken sandwich.
I've never had Bojangles.
Good, spicy piece of chicken breast,
Mm-hmm.
mayonnaise, and a hamburger bun.
I think
This
I
is-
want to try the.
That's why it does not compete with the Popeyes. The
I
chicken
want to
is
try
fine.
the thigh.
Yeah, it's squid ink.
No pickle though, man. Come on. You gotta
Yeah.
put a pickle in there.
Oh, well,
Wednesday.
yeah, the Bojangles does.
Wednesday, I'm gonna be right around the corner from there Wednesday night.
Yeah.
I may go swing in there and grab me one.
Yep. With the Mobile hot fries.
Now listen,
Oh, those are
I'm
good.
getting where I can't take the heat in. Okay,
Well, this is basically Nashville
Even for
hot.
the young
It is going to be hot,
I just.
but
can't
it's
handle
also going to be sweet, and you're not going to be able to stop eating it.
Mm.
I'll tell you that Nashville hot, which Pete is calling Mobtown hot here in Mobile, a very similar recipe. It may be the exact same recipe. I don't know, but it's very similar. That stuff's addictive. The brown sugar, the smoked paprika, and the cayenne
Mm.
is just like
I
crack.
am starting to like smoked paprika.
Oh, I love
more
smoked
of it.
paprika.
So
It's like Chipotle without the heat.
yeah. Hey, got some anniversaries here. We had one birthday. Gurus over in Robertsdale. November 19th, they're celebrating their 15-year anniversary. I've eaten there. Great hamburger. Great.
Yep.
I know the owner used to listen to the show. I don't know if he still does.
Yeah.
But shout out to them. 15-year anniversary. That says a lot. That says a lot, especially in the economies today. Heroes, our buddy David Raff's downtown. Heroes, 27 years.
Wow.
Heroes has been in business. And kind of in our backyard over in D'Iberville, Mississippi, is Doris's Hot Tamales. They even named the street after her.
Really?
D'Iberville throws a party. They have Doris Hot Tamale Day.
I
And
don't remember that.
it's in November every year. And 49 years has got a historical marker there. It's walk up to the window. You can eat on the benches out front, or you just walk up, get it, take it with you. But I've got a dozen one time, and I split them with some friends, and they're pretty dang good. It's hard to catch. Hard to kind of when they sell out, they're out. They're closed down, go home for the day.
You ever made tamales?
I have not, but I've watched them.
I have. It is a labor-intensive task. And like my buddy Jerry, when I was in Nashville, phenomenal bass player. His mother and his father both came to America from Mexico, so he was first generation. And I asked him one time, "What is Christmas like?" He goes, "Oh, dude, my abuela, my mother, and my sister spent like 3 days making tamales, and we got cheese tamales, we got pork tamales, we got chicken tamales. We'll have about 1,000.
Wow.
1,000 tamales." And he said, at midnight on Christmas Eve, we go to Mass. We come back about 2 o'clock in the morning, we break out the tequila, eat all of the tamales. He said, then we wake up at 6 in the morning, we have like a white people Christmas. He said, the big bird and the dressing and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Wow. How do you eat even after 1,000? Well, of course, how many's in the family?
Yeah, exactly. This
A
is
lot.
Big Latino family.
Well, I've got a number of Latino families in my neighborhood. I'm gonna ride around at midnight to see if I see anybody going
Get the
on.
lights on, knock on the door.
Honestly, Jerry used to tell me about these street parties that they threw when he was at home, and he lived on a street where his house was in the city of Port Hueneme, but the house across the street was in Oxnard. So it's the same little area. He said they'd park trucks across the street on each end, blocking the road off, and the whole community would just have a party at somebody's backyard.
That sounds fun.
Music playing everywhere, dancing.
Sounds fun.
And he said the goal was you wanted to have enough food on hand that everybody ate until they were on the verge of puking and took home enough to eat for 2 more days.
That didn't take long for me on Thanksgiving morning. It was like, I'm done, but the snacks and 25,000,
This was just a monthly block party.
Oh, wow.
And they would take turns, one of them hosting it.
I'm gonna tell you, talking to parties. Thursday night, I was at the Piggly Wiggly at Fairhope. They had their Taste of LA. That place was packed, sampling wine, beer, soft drinks, Billy's bacon. They were doing pork belly that night. Gumbos, barbecue sauces, seafood. That one's gone, but when the one on University Boulevard comes around, folks, you need to go. That thing is Taste of LA.
Taste of LA.
And I tell you what, the one in Fairhope's huge, the one in Foley's huge, but the one on Airport Boulevard, on the University Airport, giganimous.
That up here.
and it's a social event. You just run into people you hadn't maybe seen in a long time, and you get to eat, drink free. And it's bite-sized stuff. Scott Gonzalez was there sampling 3 drinks. And that's what I love about what that place has done. That place has incorporated a lot of small mom and pop business and give them a space at the store to work out of. And Naaman's is in there,
Wonder if they need a mac and cheese.
Hey, go talk to them.
251-343-0106. When we come back, we'll be talking to Danny Calametti about what's going on.
I hope.
I just heard Phil talking. I heard Phil talking to somebody.
I'll sit on the line.
You may have called.
Another quick tip from Gulf Coast Auto Tech.
Minimize meet downtime with our 2 appointments.
You can watch your
One
Delta
for preliminary
Safaris on
diagnosis, the
Jumbo
second
on
for the repair.
YouTube,
We
right?
combine dealer-level
Yeah.
expertise with the
Or
personal
TikTok.
service of a locally
The
owned
big
business.
ones
Gulf
are
Coast
on,
Auto Tech on Balls Mill Road.
YouTube, but I have
Talk 1065, the Gulf Coast Weather Authority, and Dr. Bill Williams.
The Gulf Coast can expect mostly sunny skies today. Look for temperatures in the 70s this morning, then into the mid-60s in the afternoon. Tonight, mostly clear and colder with lows in the upper 30s. And for Monday, sunny and cool with highs only in the mid-50s. This is meteorologist Dr. Bill Williams.
FM Talk 1065.
You know Henry Cho,
Gulf Coast
the
Weather
comedian
Authority.
Henry Cho.
Work Trucks is opening in Mobile pickups.
You know,
They have
ever heard of
trucks,
him?
dump trucks, all types of
I
work
didn't
trucks.
realize
Work trucks have
His
what you
wife
need
from
when you
Ram,
need it.
Alabama.
Yeah, I didn't realize how many damn TV shows, comedy sitcoms he's written for over the last 20 years. Henry Cho. He's written for a lot of well-known TV sitcoms. And not when he lived in LA.
If you're looking for your next home in Mobile, hey, I found it.
Did some of the big things.
It's a charming
think
community of
that's the one
1,
you
2, and
watched.
3 bedroom
And now,
apartments.
yeah, it
located in
is.
the heart of the city,
Because he
just
does
off
it good. I
Dartmouth
just
and
saw it last
I-65.
night.
Yeah.
Inside the spacious floor
Funny.
plans,
We saw
the
standing at the
separate
Chevron.
interiors complete with
Some
gas
guy said,
range, a gas fireplace.
What y'all doing here?
Each unit
We're
comes
thinking
with
about
a
buying
tax
it.
You love the
What? The
amenities.
Chevron said, no, the whole town.
And workout center. These provide the perfect opportunity to relax and enjoy the company of neighbors. As a resident of Legacy Oaks at Spring Hill, you'll
Somebody
also
else
enjoy
said,
easy access to
holler
the
out
area's
of the,
most
hey,
popular
I'm married.
shopping,
You're not the
dining,
only
and
one married a
entertainment
girl from
destinations,
Arab.
and still minutes from downtown.
And I
Reach
forgot
out
what
today for
country
more
he's from.
information. Call 251-344-8099
Funny he
and find
brought
out
it
more
up,
at
you know.
LegacyOaks@springhill.com.
I'm Dalton
Yeah,
Orwig with
there it
Mobile
is.
Mornings. We're making our
You there, Danny?
I am.
All right, good deal. Hang on a second.
Underdog is the best place to play all football
season long, and you can play right now in Alabama. It's simple. Just pick whether your favorite players go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, passing yards, or interceptions. Get those entries right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash, starting with as little as $1. I've been playing on Underdog for well over a year now, and I love that they've got all the games I care about. Alabama, Auburn, South Alabama, the Saints. Once you create an entry, you can watch the stats update live in the app and know instantly when you've got a winner. It makes every game more exciting. So download the Underdog app today and sign up with promo code Dalton, DALTON. You'll score $100 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. It's promo code Dalton. Underdog. Make plays, win money. Must be 19 plus.
Hey, if it's a lottery ticket, that thing's, they said you get $1 billion. The new lottery, the one that's building right now, it's almost $1 billion.
Sip and Chew with Mike and Stu on FM Talk 1065.
I had to play that. And the reason why is a text. Listener said, where can you watch the history of gumbo? I'm assuming that's the Delta Safari thing that you're doing.
Yeah. It's one of my shorts on YouTube and TikTok.
Okay.
But tomorrow night at 10 o'clock, it will be compiled into a large video with several other ones. And that's just at Delta Safari Show on YouTube.
Okay. There you go.
All right, so we do have somebody on the phone, right?
We do. Somebody.
Danny Calametti, one of the famous Calametti brothers. Danny, what's going on, buddy?
I wandered in, man. We're loading out here for our Bourbon by the Bay event at the Maritime Museum. It's going to be a nice affair. There's still tickets available. You can still get some walk up. General admission tickets are $100, and we got a whole slew of bourbon and whiskey purveyors setting up. We got some nice food being provided by Naaman's. We got some music going to be on. So it's a fundraiser for the Coastal Alabama Partnership, which folks may not be aware, but that's a coalition of the civic organizations, government agencies, just interested businesses and individuals who are really focused on helping perpetuate and improve the life that we love here throughout Mobile and Baldwin County. So it's a great organization, and that's what this fundraiser is all about. But that's one of the things we got going on, and I don't think we're serving any gumbo today, which is okay with me because I'm kind of gumboed out after my last 2 weekends.
I bet you are. I bet you
But
are.
it's not, I could sit back down another bowl of gumbo, so it works out
I
okay.
think it's time for
I
some
did-
red beans and rice.
Well, there is that too. That's coming from me next week. So I did report back on Coastal's gumbo. We had 20 contestants over there at Coastal in Orange Beach, and I really put my judges through the ringer. So I only had one table of judges. So those 20 samples were tasted by 5 judges, but they're professionals. They were professionals. They've done this before, and they came up with a winner. Pelican Grill won that. Now that wasn't a golden ticket event, but it was for fun and competition, and there were some good gumbos over there. So this is the second year they've done it over there, and it's just a great turnout. They do a great job over there with it. Had a good crowd, and they raised some funds for our culinary education program. So that was their fundraiser. The good thing about this year is last year it conflicted with the Fairhope Best of the Bay. So
Right.
I did Coastal, and I pawned off Best of the Bay onto a buddy of mine. So I was able to do both this year, and we had 28 teams competing in Fairhope. It was there was some good gumbo out there. So they give away too. They recognize the best in the restaurant category and in the community category. The community category, the trim guy won. And then what they end up doing, you guys are not going to be able to go find him, I don't think, unless you know him and get him to cook you some gumbo. But the 3 restaurant winners were Local was 3rd place, Hattie's Soul Food was 2nd place, and this is they placed 2nd 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
And the winner in the restaurant category was the Pearl, and the Pearl has won before. So they serve a good old Louisiana gumbo with a doublet of good helping of potato salad right dab in the middle of it. So they won.
Gula style.
And then the overall winner was a trim guy. So they won the golden ticket for World Food Championship. So as soon as we get WFC haven't confirmed the dates yet for this next year. It'll still be in Indy, but they haven't confirmed the date. So as soon as they confirm the dates, we'll get him lined up and look at having a representative from Fairhope Best of the Bay Gumbo up there again. So it was a good day. Gorgeous day. I will tell you that afterwards I got out and sampled, and I didn't do a whole lot of sampling for the judges. I was too busy working on points and all that. But I want to give a shout out to the Gambinos. That was some good tasting gumbo that I had. I didn't, it's not fair because I didn't taste a lot of the other gumbos, but I do want to, he has a long roux process that he works on, and his gumbo was delicious. So I do want to give him a shout out.
Yeah, I saw him. He was dishing out lasagna the night at the Pig.
Yeah. I didn't see him at the Pig, but he does a lot of different work. I'll also give, since I'm shouting out to folks, Scott Gonzalez was over there working as well. He picks up some gumbo for somebody. So another guy that we ran into. So it's just a good crowd over there. The Kiwanis is a great organization. It's a fundraiser for them. They do a lot of great things, and they attract a lot of good folks to that. So yeah, so good time was had by all.
Man.
And the good thing about somebody had offered me, who was talking to me about taking a trip to Nashville and wanted to go up for a couple of days in Nashville. And it was latter part of November before Thanksgiving. I was looking at my calendar and I didn't have any scheduled, and I went, well, now wait a minute, I'm gonna keep it that way. Not scheduled. My calendar has been a zoo of late, so I'm just gonna kick back and wait for Thanksgiving and be glad when football season is over and we can focus on basketball, at least on my part.
Amen.
So, it was a good game last night, but yesterday. But I wasn't really surprised at how it ended. It was just waiting for that shooter ball. But anyway, it was at least better than the Kentucky game. God, that was awful. But,
yeah.
But anyway,
So yeah.
All right, I am maybe some red beans and rice. I make my red beans and rice with ham. I love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you
That's
can nice
yeah.
ham bone and oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've had beans and rice, but never red beans and rice. That's,
Oh.
I guess that would make sense. Not really.
Yeah, it's,
I must be
A
too
lot of
fancy.
times in New Orleans, in Louisiana, you're going to find tasso in the red beans and rice and everything they do there, which is this smoked fat, pork fat.
Okay.
David Hubble
So
can tell
much
you
still to
more
learn.
accurately what tasso is, but it is a smoked fat from pig.
Just get
It's in a lot of stuff.
Just get a hip shank and a lot of meat fat still on it and just throw it in there.
It's just
But
the
I've
way
never
you would cook
I never
anything.
thought about putting that with rice.
speaking of Hubble, I made him work all day yesterday.
I
I
hear
had him survey all the gumbo folks and talk to them about gumbo and stuff. So he had a working day yesterday at the Fairhope Gumbo. But
Well, that was a tough job.
you know, I think he sort of enjoys that.
I was going to say, it sounded like rough work to me. I don't know if I can handle that.
Well, he does like to talk gumbo, so.
Oh, yeah.
So you got anything coming up in the next week or so, or what?
I actually don't. I'm actually going to take a break for a little bit, so you know, I may find something or other to call in to talk about. But yeah,
Nothing for Thanksgiving, huh?
No, I don't have any events.
The holiday.
There's some Senior Bowl stuff going on. We got a few things going on Senior Bowl. I got a cool event that we're working on with Panini Pete for Senior Bowl, so that's going to be cool. And so yeah, Panini Pete and Panini's sports marketing. So we're gonna blow out something ahead of time, but I got to get all my details worked out first. So
All right,
that's
we'll
coming up.
keep our ears open.
Yeah, my calendar for January and February is packed, and that's not even thinking about Mardi Gras. So
But we'll make sure we put everything on the podcast, and that way they can link to you.
that'll work. All right, guys, I got to get back to my Bourbon by the Bay setup. The longer I sit out here, the more stuff they put on my table to do. So
As long as it's bourbon, that's okay.
well, it's bourbon part of it too. Yeah, there you go.
Enjoy.
All right.
Let me see you guys out here this afternoon.
See you soon.
All right, we'll do.
Well, it was always fun visiting with Danny Calametti.
Always. And yeah, I didn't want to ask this question yet, but it's crossed my mind because I used to compete in gumbo competitions, and I mean, I did many for year after year after year, and then it just got expensive.
Yep.
And this is before prices today that you have today.
Well, this is an issue. It's why I don't compete anymore. It's because all these competitions want you to A, donate your time, B, donate your product. And now the big one that really puts a burr under my saddle is now they want you to pay $500 for the honor to do all of that.
Well,
that's your job.
Well,
to raise
you,
that money, not mine. I'm already donating my time to my product.
I don't know how
entry fees should not exist.
I don't know how this handled now. I know they would want us to sell tickets,
which is their job.
We pay up front, and then you sell those tickets they give you, and then you got your money back. You recoup your money.
And I'm not okay with that arrangement.
And
your job is to sell tickets. I'm a competitor. It's not my job.
They would give you donate some of the seafood.
Yeah.
But I was still spending $550, $700 out of my pocket just for the product itself.
Yeah. And the best you can hope for if you win is to break even. Because the prize is never.
Well, Dolphin Island was a huge one. Dolphin Island was a big event.
But what was the fee there? Like $25, $50 to join it?
Yeah, well,
not the 500, 300.
We still had to sell.
Those are ridiculous.
You still had to sell 10 tickets.
Yeah,
and that, which was no problem. I just sent Brandon out to the road. These people were coming in, and they got them cheaper from him than were paying at the gate. So I always save my tickets that day, and he'd go out there. Boom.
Plus, we're both big fans of child labor.
Yeah. He loved it.
Can't say that I didn't do that while I was.
But some
for those that are upset, your
kids,
children are not subject to child labor laws when you're the one having them do that. That's true. You're their parent.
But even the smaller gumbo competitions that I got involved in and competed in, it was still $200 or more out of my pocket. And those were some that didn't even donate. They didn't even kick in 5 pounds of shrimp or whatever.
I was about to ask, don't you go out and get donations of your ingredients?
You try.
Yeah,
you try.
Now, Mike and I did a fundraiser for Weeks Bay a couple of years ago. And they provided me with 70 pounds of Gulf shrimp.
Wow.
To make mac and cheese with.
Nice.
I needed about 7 pounds for everything I did, and I just had shrimp in my freezer for a while. Gave some to some needy families.
Yeah.
Helped them out because 5 pounds of already peeled shrimp.
Wow.
That'll go a long way for a family in need.
Yeah.
That was 5 gallons of gumbo for me.
Yeah, I didn't do gumbo.
I had to do enough roux. I'd get there at 4 in the morning and start frying bacon to start my roux. And it's anyway.
Yeah, 251-343-0106.
It was fun anyway. It's a good cause. It's fun.
All right, take your headphones off. The Andre kid. Me and this guy Pete worked together for the same thing. Pete was told me the story. Man, the other day Andre and I went to McDonald's. We're sitting in the line, and Andre just goes, "Pete, sometimes I feel like I'm just wasting my life."
Each month's issue is filled with our unique Southern
Washing my dish. It's so big, it takes forever.
articles and stunning photography.
That's what he wastes his life doing, having to wash his dish. Because it's just so big.
Familiar places and faces and
Yeah, I remember.
And it's his priority of how fast he washes it.
Yeah. Well,
What was that?
we used to joke when a chick would come in and go, "You know, we don't stand a chance of getting her number because Andre's just going to walk out and go, 'Hey, I'm Andre.'"
Done.
What we say, Steve?
Oh, I was just gonna say, you talk about later with my kids. I worked for radio too. And we did a Mardi Gras thing that parade that they do on start off the season, you know, out on Dolphin Island. And we had radio Disney band. And we had this big stitch from the Disney store. It was like 3 foot tall, big old stuffed animal. And it was just supposed to ride along in the back of the van. So I put my son in charge of this. My daughter was doing the other pros. Pretty soon, man, I hear, I looked in the rearview mirror and I mean, he's back there fighting people off because he had dropped Stitch. Then it rolled off into the ditch and he was literally elbowing it. He's getting these people off of that Stitch, you know, because I feel like this is the giveaway. You know, he's, oh, got it, Dad. God, the poor kid was fighting off adults. Kids trying. They thought it was a throw, you know. They were clamoring for this thing, dude. And I mean, that poor kid, he was maybe 11, 12 years old. Lord mercy. He was just, by the way, speaking of kids. Oh, I get this announcement Tuesday. Oh, one. Twins. Come on, twins. You know, I didn't see that either. 2. Oh my God.
That's what I told them.
That's the first. They're first. So they're first to strike twins.
You know, get a boy and a girl, and go ahead and still sit. But they want more. I saw a friend of mine. I always loved his wife, and he has. What does he think of that? He goes, "You love my wife, man. So I do. I think she's sweet. How you doing with her? I see her you." And then I saw her, and she's like out here. I said, "Hey, I hadn't seen y'all in over years, so it ain't mine. Ain't mine."
It ain't me.
Reveal. And now he's home on the Alabama Gulf Coast.
Yeah, I got a interesting story because Chris has sent me a package. It's going over the system. And then all of a sudden, Tuesday, he says, "I want you to open it, do a video call." Like, okay, I had a weird day. All of a sudden, here we go. It's the grandfather.
Congratulations. Blessings.
That's us. We're Mike and Stu.
Anyway, I had a good time with Gene Fox and everybody else down there on Dolphin Island at the gumbo cook-offs. It's just so many competitions out there now.
Well, I never competed on Dolphin Island.
You were always a judge.
I was a demonstration chef.
There's that too.
Yeah, I did cooking demos down there, and what I would do is try and expand people's mind as to what gumbo could be. One of them that we did that went off really well was the deconstructed gumbo.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a bowl, there's a scoop of rice in it, and then we made basically the sauce that etouffee is, seafood gravy. I would puree onions, in Trinity, get them real small, and just make a roux, cook those into it, and add seafood stock to it with the roux, thicken it up nicely. And we would pour that over the rice. And then you would get one grilled shrimp, one boiled crawfish, one fried oyster, one fried crab claw, and then some fried okra sprinkled on top. And then in a setting like that where people who, I don't like oysters, you have two shrimp. You have two shrimp. That saves oysters for me. I love fried oysters. I'd rather eat fried oysters than fried shrimp any day.
Well,
but they're so expensive.
I was judging a gumbo competition over on Spring Hill Avenue with Danny Lifford and a couple other people. And our buddy Matt from Lodi Beer Garden, he did a gumbo.
Mr. Golden?
Yeah. He did a gumbo that he was doing for his up and coming new restaurant.
Yeah.
And he had pickled onions and pickled okra and all that. And you talking about great.
That sounds good.
You talking about, it was delicious. I said, I would order this.
Yeah.
I really would.
By the way, David Hubble says, oh, by the way, Mike, congratulations on the win yesterday. At least I don't have to worry about BK anymore. Who's BK?
Right.
What is it? Oh,
yeah.
Thanks, David.
A man that was so
I hear Coach O's coming back.
Do what?
I hear Coach O's coming back.
No, Coach O says he wants the job back. And they went, yeah, I'm sure you did.
He must be running out of money.
And girls.
And money. He's running out of girls and money.
Yeah, they said that last year he was at LSU. He didn't really coach at practice. He had a different 20-year-old girlfriend out there every day.
It's funny how that works. You run out of money and all of a sudden you don't have any girls.
Got to go hand in hand, but like your money in their hand.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So on the TikTok release that I did on that brief history of gumbo, I have several pictures of different kinds of gumbo that are through the video that are helped to give you visual realizations. The first one had tomatoes in it. And first comment was, that's not traditional gumbo. Yes, it is. New Orleans hates tomatoes in gumbo. But you didn't invent the soup, y'all. Gumbo was invented a continent away hundreds of years before New Orleans ever existed. Your New Orleans gumbo is just one example of gumbo.
But
I prefer Mobile.
One's Creole, one's Cajun. One's got tomatoes, one doesn't. And I was told too that the one without the tomatoes was a lot due to economics. Tomatoes didn't grow well there.
Due to economics, wasn't it?
Tomatoes didn't grow there, and they didn't have access to them. And I guess it was swamps.
Well,
according to swamps and stew, everything was economic. They just kind of threw everything in.
Exactly.
Exactly. You make it with your local ingredients. Real gumbo has no seafood in it, no sausage, no roux. That's real gumbo. It comes from Africa. The one thing that it has in it that we're used to is okra, because that's what it means. Kai gumbo.
Yeah.
But New Orleanians, and I mentioned this on a bunch of dishes, they think that, first off, that there's a hard and fast rule to all of these dishes. There aren't. That's idiotic. Your grandmother didn't cook like that. No matter how much you want to tell people, my grandmother never put tomatoes in gumbo. She did if they were in season and she had them on hand. But New Orleanians, they get so territorial about the food that New Orleans is associated with, despite the fact they didn't invent hardly any of it. And theirs is just a small sample of it.
Well, considering how do I want to say it's the potpourri that goes into New Orleans. I mean, how many different cultures?
Exactly.
Speaking of this,
Five Flags.
Speaking of this, Michelin just gave out a bunch of awards.
Yes, this is huge.
And New Orleans, they said New Orleans, this is the first Michelin's that any New Orleans restaurant has ever gotten. And
was it a star or just recognition?
It was that other.
There's Michelin recognized, which means you're so good, we're going to start grading.
Mm-hmm.
Most restaurants don't ever get even Michelin.
We're not talking tires here.
Right. Then there's 1 star, 2 star, 3 star. I hate the expression. It was a 5-star restaurant, 5-star hotel. Nobody does that. That's not a rating.
Yeah.
No one that you would depend on. AAA does diamonds. They'll do stars.
But-
Right.
Michelin
This
is the
one
only
has
one that does stars.
This does have a name, and I forget. It looks like a clover, and it's red, and it's got a clover. Emerald and his son got one for emeralds, but Anthony Bourdain has always said that even though he loved Vietnam the most, and in Japan, he says probably the best country in the world for the best food. But he said New Orleans is the best restaurant city in the world.
Yeah.
And the best
Which
food
is
in
why
the
they're
world.
so territorial about
Yeah.
the food. But at the same time, the only muffalata in New Orleans that's like Central Groceries is Central Grocery.
Yeah.
Everybody's is different. They all make their subtle differences.
Mhm. Exactly.
Mortadella is one of the common cold cuts that goes in a muffalata.
And I love that stuff, by the way.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's bologna with chunks of lard and pistachio. What's not to love? But you don't have to make a muffalata with mortadella. It's any Italian cold cuts. It's not a New Orleans sandwich. You learn this sandwich from Italian immigrants. It's not a New Orleans sandwich. It's Italian. It's existed for hundreds of years in Italy. So quit thinking you invented everything. What you did was you perfected a bunch of stuff. But the tomato thing, a lot of the reasons that they didn't eat it was they were Europeans. Tomato is part of the nightshade family, which is a very dangerous toxic plant.
Mhm.
When Columbus brought tomatoes back to Europe, it was 200 or 300 years before anyone had the guts to eat one. They just thought the plants were beautiful. And they used them for decoration. They were afraid to eat the tomatoes off of them because it's a nightshade. They're toxic.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Learn something new every week, just like Mike says. The Michelin Guides rating system is what you were talking
Yeah,
about.
and we need to get to this quick because
Yeah.
Noble South here in Mobile just became a Michelin recognized restaurant.
Yes.
First one in Mobile
Congratulations.
history. One of only a handful in the state of Alabama.
Great restaurant, by the way.
Yeah, great restaurant. That's the whole reason we brought it. So I want to make sure I got that.
Gotcha.
Now
Go for it.
Creole gumbo, this one with tomatoes.
Creole gumbo.
The difference between jambalaya and Creole, shrimp Creole, or Creole jambalaya is tomatoes.
Is that a paste or is that
It's a city thing. No, it's
No,
usually just
just
diced.
boiled tomatoes? Okay.
I don't have a problem with tomatoes in my gumbo.
Yeah,
You don't taste it. You
Yeah,
don't taste the tomatoes.
There's no bite to
And
it.
if you do a roux, you do your roux right, like I did mine, very, very dark. You don't see the tomatoes anyway.
Well, now we know.
There you go. Folks, get out there, support local, be local, buy local. Tip your service well.
you know it's a
service
good
your
tip, don't you?
What's that?
Provolone.
What's the provolone there? That's right.
I know a lot of servers that would be like, hell yeah, thanks, cheese. Girls love cheese.